Hello, welcome to Donald Mackerel Gaming with me, Donald Mackerel. Just doing a really quick video just to say thank you, really. Number one, thank you to everybody who's watched. I'm up to 555 subscribers now, which is insane. I never thought I'd get 100, let alone 555. So yeah, and not really a number that's made me go like, ha, but I just want to say thank you to everybody. But thank you in particular to all the people that really do support this channel, that comment on all the videos, join in on the live streams, and just generally make it a nicer place. So outside of that, I know I said, please don't send your stuff into channels like this. I think it's called e-begging, from what a few people have told me. So it's where, let's just say I would go, oh, if you've got this is on my wish list. If you could send me this, that'd be great. Thank you. So don't do that, because all that'll happen is that people that will do that will take those games in, or if a lot of the times they'll take the games in and trade them in for stuff they actually want, or they'll sell them on eBay and Vinted. They've already got them. They're just scamming you guys. Let's just say if there's a channel with, let's just say, a lady who's rather buxom and constantly has her bazongas easily in shot on all of her videos. And if she's going, oh my god, I really want a copy of Mario Party 9, but I can't find it anywhere. It's on my list. And then all of her videos are completely vacuous. They're just her going to different CEXs and gaming expos going, nobody's got it. If anybody's got it, all the while, sad geeky soy boys sending in many copies of it, and she's just flogging them all or trading them in for stuff she actually wants. Don't do that. Don't be one of those people. But if you've got worthless stuff, if you've got stuff that means absolutely nothing to you, and you know it's not worth trading in or selling, not worth giving to charity because they'll just end up in a bin, that is where I come in. So I won't say his name. I've been friends with this guy for many years. Like we first met thanks to the comedy scene, and became mates off the back of that, regularly messaging each other. So I will cover my address up, but he has sent me to Donald Mackerel. I don't know if you can see that bit. He sent me a big old box of old PC games, and now I'm not 100% confident. Like, I just took a quick look inside. I was like, oh yeah, I'd quite happily take that on, mate. So I only know a few of these games. I'm trying to do this at the same time as talking. Only know a few of these games, so some of these are going to be big surprises to me, but I just want to say thank you to him for sending these in. These are going to definitely fluff up my my PC gaming gap. Ooh. He's really packed these well. Fair play. Like, literally, I buy stuff on Vinted where I'm paying for the postage, and they're nowhere near as well packed as this. So, fair play to you. But I'm not going to name the chap, because unless he wants to name himself in the comments, I don't want to. I don't want to embarrass him, as in from being associated with me. So, right, we're in. So, straight off the bat, I don't know if this is compatible nowadays, but a Trust Sight Fighter Plus control pad. Please say this works. Oh my god. Easy connection to game port. What even is that? What connection is that? It's still completely mint. 8-direction movement and programmable fire buttons. Right, I hope this works, because it says it only goes up to like Windows 2000, so it's probably not going to work. But if not, I don't care. I'm keeping that. That's not getting opened. Good God. That's fantastic. I've got a dog here having a fit by the side of me. Are you okay? Right, but yeah, very chuffed to get that. I didn't even realise Trust had been going for that long, to be fair. Ooh, right, and here are the games. So many games. Right, I didn't see half of these on the picture he sent me. So, I'm going to start off with some. So now this, I've heard about this. I think it's something to do with a French erotic cartoon called Druna Morbus Gravis. So let's just hold that up there. That's Druna Morbus Gravis. Not 6 discs. A 6-disc game. I can't remember if this was like a hidden gem sort of game, or if this was on one of those videos. I think it was the worst games of all time. But I have been after it, just simply because it's so ridiculous. So yeah, happy to get that in my collection. This one, I'm sure this was a PS2 game that I had back in the day. And it's by Sierra, one of my favourite publishers. It's The Hobbit for the PC. Let's hold that up. Hobbit. Yeah, again, these won't be worth anything, but I'm sure if it's the one that I remember, which I think I had on the PS2, I'm sure I really enjoyed that. So again, hopefully we can get it working on a new PC. Yeah, because all these just say like Windows XP. I think there's a way, isn't there, to do like compatibility mode, and you can play older games. Sometimes they don't work as they should, but give it a go. Now this I've never ever heard of. I've heard of Deep Silver. I think, didn't Deep Silver do the zombie called, was it Dead Island? I think Deep Silver did that. I think, I'm probably wrong. This is called Secret Files 2 Puritas Cordis. Don't know about that one. What? Oh my god. Okay, so it's like Tunguska that I've got for the Wii. It's the follow-up to that. Bloomin' heck. Really chuffed to get that. Really happy. And again, I hope I can get that working, because it says Windows 2000 XP or Vista. So hopefully we can get that working. Hey, now we've got a couple of Lord of the Rings games here. We've got Lord of the Rings Return of the King there, and we also have Lord of the Rings The Fellowship of the Ring. So I thought these were DVDs when I first looked at them, but no, these are games. I think I've got that one for the original Xbox and PS2. I think that one, never heard of. So yeah, could be fun. And I do like the Lord of the Rings series. The games sometimes hit and miss, if I'm honest with you, from what I've played so far. So I can't quite remember which one's which from the games that I've played. But still, again, these are completely free. So there's no way they can let me down. No way. The only way they can let me down is if I put one of these into my PC and my PC explodes. So this is from a series that I have still yet to dip my toe into, because I know that it will take over my blooming life. It is Sid Meier's Civilization 4, the complete edition. So yeah, really chuffed to get that. Does it have? It just says games. Now, games for Windows, I remember that was the sort of Xbox 360 generation, wasn't it? So there's a chance that this is going to work. So again, it just says Vista, XP, or Windows 2000. I hope we can get these working. I might do a follow-up video and see if we can show all of this stuff in action. Right, let's pull out some more of these. We'll go for the individual ones before we get to the ones that really are exciting me. So we've got, what is this? Because like I like me Dungeons and Dragons stuff as well. Oh, it's a DVD. So it is a DVD. It's not a game. What on earth? This is a film. So it's an hour and a half long. Right. So it's a sort of DVD game from the looks of things. It's called Scourge of Worlds. Now, looking at the back, it says a 3D interactive animated adventure based on the hugely popular game phenomenon Dungeons and Dragons from the Wizards of the Coast. You walk you walk side by side with the three heroes sent to prevent disaster. So yeah, it's like an interactive DVD game with over 990 unique story combinations, more than 20 decision points, and 4 different endings. Lush. So again, this is going to be worthless, absolutely worthless. But to me, that's quality. I'm going to love that. Oh man. And the best bit is as well, the animation looks terrible. It looks awful. And that is going to be pride of place on my little shelf. Scourge of Worlds. Never, ever, ever heard of that. So chuffed. Right, so I've just gone and bought a copy of this. I have bought like the DVD case version, but even still, didn't have to. Could have got it for free. Diablo 2. So yeah, let's hold that up. Ooh, Diablo 2. So one of my favourite series of games. What have we got inside? So play disc. Oh, so it's a double disc version of the game. I can't even remember if the one that I've got is a double disc version. But yeah, Diablo 2. Bugger. Already got that. But mine's the big old DVD box. This is in like an old CD case, so I'll be keeping it anyway because it is a variant. A game that I could not get to grips with here, and I like me driving games, but this one, it's famous for not being very fair on new players. It is Driver, so again, happy to have it, I suppose. But these are all free. These are all free. Driver. Right. And now, this... it's not going to work on my PC, is it? It's not going to work on my PC. But it's one of my favourite games of all time. I remember way back in the day when I had a ZX Spectrum. I couldn't wait for this game to come out, and obviously the graphics weren't as good as like playing it on my mate's Amiga. But I think he had an Amiga 600. This is fantastic, and I remember the song because I remember it was advertised with, I think the group was called Zoe, or it might have been a singer called Zoe, and she did a song called Sunshine on a Rainy Day, and it advertised Lemmings. So chuffed to get that. And it features the original Lemmings and Oh No More Lemmings. So my mate who had the Amiga, all of his games were copied. It was so easy to copy games back in the day. And I remember he had Lemmings and Oh No More Lemmings, and I think he had Christmas Lemmings as well. But yeah, so chuffed to get that. Blimey heck. And now we're on to... I'm going to save that one till the end because I know that one and I love that one. But let's start with this. What is this one? It's still sealed. This is still sealed. Nobody's played this. You poor boy. Nobody's played you. Oh, and it looks like a graphic adventure game. It looks like. I'm not too sure. It's called Vikings. Again, big box game there. Vikings. Who's made it? France Telecom Multimedia. Never heard of them. But yeah. Oh my god. I feel so sad when I see games like this. So it's for Windows 98. So this is not going to work at all. Look at that. Look at the size of the boxes that we used to have to put up with. Like, this is the size of a modern game. So imagine this, boys and girls. That's the size of a modern game, say. That's your DVD case. That was the beasts that we used to have on our shelves. Vikings. Again, I know nothing about that game. I am going to do a little bit of research into all of these. And again, if I can get them working, I'll show them. It's over the moon so far. This is ridiculous. So this, it's a series that I know of. Never played this. I'm not going to be able to play it. I'm going to be terrible at it, even though this is my favourite type of first-person shooter. I am awful at these. They're tactical ones, basically, which makes them slightly playable for me. But I am awful at them. It's Rainbow Six Covert Ops Essentials. Again, big old fat boy box for the PC. Very, very chuffed to get that. I'm not going to be able to play it. As in, even if I can get it working on my PC, I am awful at them. But it doesn't say what sort of operating system you need, does it? System requirements. Windows 95 or Windows 98. Yeah, friggin' hell. What's that then? It's nearly 30 years old. It's like 25, possibly 30-year-old game. And I probably can't play it. But we'll see. We'll see what I can get doing. I was thinking of doing a second PC build, like making a retro PC. I'm not sure how much it'd cost me or if it'd even still work, but I'm thinking about it. We'll have a look at that. This I have never heard of. I don't know anything about it. It appears to be some form of war game by Microprose. Now, I remember Microprose from my ZX Spectrum days. They used to release some rare games. I think I had one called Asian Games, where it was a bit like your Daley Thompson Olympic games, where on the Asian games you'd have like sumo or what's the one called where you're fighting with like big sticks and whacking each other, and like you had judo and all sorts. That was fantastic. But yeah, Microprose, Avalon Hills, Diplomacy, Diplodocus. Yeah, play the world's most famous. Play the world's most famous balance of power strategy game. Now, yeah, I think they're stretching on that one. I've never ever heard of this, and it looks, as a game, it looks incredibly basic, but still, I'll give it a go. With war games, I am not the best. I'm not a history buff at all. I am quite moronic when it comes to history. Again, Windows 95, 98. See what we can do with that one. See what we can do. If these don't work, they don't work. But again, I'm not getting rid of these. These are... And number one, I'm not getting rid of them because they've been gifted to me. I'm not a rude boy. I like to treasure things that have been gifted to me. But number two, they just look lovely. But yeah, thank you so much, Mystery Man, for sending these in. Very, very chuffed. Is this a real game? It's by Virgin Interactive. What sort of game is this? Most configurable true 3D strategy game ever seen on the PC. Play full-on strategic campaigns or quick battles. In what? It says it's called War Torn. Again, by Virgin Interactive. What is that all about? I mean, that's not like army wear, is it? That's not regular fatigues. That's just some gimp they've got out of the office and they've stuck him in a black jumper and a gas mask. War Torn. Never heard of that. Definitely going to be looking at some YouTube videos on these just to see if these are actual games. As in, like, if people think the Wii was bad for shovelware, back in the day on the PC, you'd get some absolute guff on it. I used to buy, again, like, I had an old PC that could just about run some basic games like The Sims and things like that. But you'd buy like a pack with 20 games in it, say, and the entire pack would cost you like £5 from a shop. So these games were already quite old. It's just they'd been made to run on the PC that I had, which I think was Windows 98 back in the day? It was either Windows 98 or Windows XP, can't quite remember. But yeah, you'd have like 20 really, really bad games that you'd never heard of. Some of them would make it, some of them would go on to sort of be proper games. Oh, what was the one I had? I think it was called Silver. It was like an RPG. I remember having that one. I remember having Crusader, No Remorse. That was in one of them. But yeah, stuff like that. You'd get games like this where like War Torn. Would never have heard of it. And on that note, I should say that this was a game that I played on my friend's PC back in the day. I think it was also a PS1 game that I never got hold of it on the PS1. Such a shame. It was such a weird game. I'm sure they did a follow-up to it as well. I'm sure they did a second one. But I did eventually get a copy of this for my PC. As I said, like my PC was playing games that were like 10, 15 years old in like bundles, and this was one of the bundle games. So I've never had this, the big box version of Little Big Adventure. Look at that. Woo! Little Big Adventure on the PC. So yeah, I found this game quite tricky when I was a kid. Probably still going to be tricky for me nowadays. I loved it. Absolutely adored this game as a kid. I used to go around to my friend's house, the one who had the PC, and watch him play this endlessly. So which is why when I finally got it, and again, he wasn't very good at it, but it's why when I got it, as I say, 10, maybe 15 years later, yeah, very, very cherished. And now I've got it again, and hopefully we can get it working. What's this one? Oh, please say it'll work on slightly more modern systems. Windows 95. Oh, so you can play it in MS-DOS. So I might be able to do it in like DOSBox or something, if I can figure out how to do that. But yeah, that's all of those games for free. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for sending them to me. I know I said on my live stream, don't send stuff to people like me, but if you've got stuff like this that it's just taking up room in your house and you don't want it and you don't care what happens to it, I'll probably give it a lovely home. So do get in touch via Facebook. Yeah, really, really chuffed to get these. Thank you again, and thank you for everybody. Thank you to everybody for watching my videos. But God, there's so many memories in these. So many memories. I say, especially Little Big Adventure, not Little Big Planet. That's something completely different. Little Big Adventure, I remember. Some of these games, as I say, never heard of. The Rainbow Six one was one of my go-to games on the PS1, even though I was terrible at it. I couldn't get past the first mission, but I just loved playing it. Yeah, never heard of that Vikings game. I'm going to have to try that. Lemmings. Bloody love Lemmings. My God. And Diablo 2. I wish I'd looked at the picture properly, because I've just picked up a copy of Diablo 2. Dungeons and Dragons interactive animated DVD thing. Really, yeah, intrigued by that. Civilization, again, something I really wanted to get into, so I finally can. Lord of the Rings games. I love Lord of the Rings, so yeah, surprise. The Hobbit game, I'm sure I had that. Sure I had that on the PS2. This is where I'm probably completely blooming wrong. That control pad as well, incredibly weird. So, Secret Files 2, I still haven't played Tunguska yet, but I'm intrigued by it. And the one that I can't believe I've got, and I want to do a little bit more research into this to find out if it is a good game, if I'm misremembering it as a good game, because I'm sure people said it's like a hidden gem. I'm sure they did. But it's that Druna. Morbus Gravis. So chuffed. Thank you all. It's been Donald Mackerel Gaming, and I'll try and slip this video out on one of the random days when I haven't got a video coming up. Cheers everybody.